Okay, hello. Let's get straight into this video, and it's what it's really like being mostly a stay-at-home wife. Now let me clarify two things. One, it says mostly because I do work about 2 days a week in a beauty shop. That was always a backup plan, but it's a good backup plan because it's made me help support my family. And so anyways, that's part-time. And then the other thing is it's stay-at-home wife. And so it's not a stay-at-home mom. This is probably the worst room to record in right now because it looks like I should have a little one crawling around, and I don't yet. We are 7 weeks out from the due date for our baby girl, but she's not here yet. And so I recorded this a while back and I wanted to redo it to clarify better on other things. And so this video is just about being a stay-at-home wife. No kids yet. I'm sure I'll do another one when we have kids. Okay, we're getting into it. I also have my tea with me. My allergies have been horrible, so you can probably hear that a little bit, but I have my drink just in case I need it. So I'm gonna do cons and I'm gonna do pros, get the cons over with. And the first thing really is just that you don't make money. That is the biggest con to staying at home. And it really depends on your values and your husband's values. And there's not one right or wrong thing. My husband and I have had lots of conversations on this. So that's why it's important to talk to your spouse about it. But the thing is, and I put this as a con because if I were to be working full-time right now, I mean, if I would have worked this past year full-time, we probably... I worked part-time, so that helped. We would have almost had money to save up for a house. We want to put a bigger down payment. And so I just think if I worked full-time, that would double what I made. Or if I got another job around here, we could have had a down payment for a house. And here we are in a rental. You're going to sacrifice money for your time at home. And that's just it. That's something you seriously need to consider. One, are you okay with only living off of one income? Are you okay with budgeting more, depending what your spouse's income is? We have to budget more, but we will budget our whole lives. It'll just be on a tighter budget without me working. And so money is the first thing that you really need to think through in your style of living. If you want to go on vacations all the time, go shopping all the time, go get your hair done, whatever it may be, living off of one budget may not be that realistic, especially if you're trying to save up for a house or a kid or whatever life stage may bring next. And so you just need to think about the type of lifestyle that you want, and then if it's worth it, not making any money staying at home. And so that's my first con. That's the big one. The second one is it's not glamorous. For this video, I decided to leave this t-shirt on. Got it from my mother-in-law. It's my initials. It's cute. I love my last name, Merritt. I've been married for almost 4 years, but I still love my new last name. And anyways, I was like, oh, I need to put on a cuter shirt. These curls, they're left over from a wedding a few days ago. That literally my hair was up and updo. And I was going to like recurl some of it and make it look better. These little pieces, I don't know if you can see my frizzies. I was going to fix it all. And I was like, no. I did get dressed up a little. I put on some makeup and I tried to somewhat fix my hair without adding heat. But I wanted this part to be a little bit more realistic because when you're staying at home, it's not like you're in the dress and the heels just like dusting, or you're always looking super cute. Honestly, staying at home has made me look not super cute. Yesterday, I had on cheetah leggings with a striped sweater, and then I had a tank top underneath that was like pink with lace. It was like if someone else would have saw me in that outfit, I would have been mortified. I would have been so embarrassed. I was slightly embarrassed myself wearing it. I ended up changing a little bit later. My husband didn't care, even though I looked crazy. But the life is not glamorous in ways that movies may portray it sometimes, or pictures may portray it. And what I mean, going deeper into that, is that when you stay at home, your responsibilities are fully home. And so that's cooking. Cooking can get messy. Dishes, all of that, but cleaning too is what I'm talking about. You're vacuuming, you're mopping, you're doing the toilets, you're doing the tub. My dog is laying right beside me. You can't see her. Maybe I'll show you her later. But you're taking care of her, cleaning her messes up. She's puked a few times today. I don't know what's wrong with her. But you're taking care of all of that. None of that really feels glamorous in the moment. And you just, yeah, I mean, I feel like that point clarifies. I keep using clarify. That is enough for that point right now, is just that it's not the prettiest. Yeah. Okay. And then adding to that, I just want to say, kind of connected to the first, like, you don't have a job, so you're not making money. I'm just going to leave it at that. You could get a job at home, but let's say you don't have a job, you're not making money, so it's not like super glamorous because you're not really going anywhere and you're just taking care of the house in itself. I have so much more I could say on all that. But what I'm trying to say now is that because you don't have a job, you're not really getting recognized, or you're not going to get a promotion like, ooh, Chelsea, you cleaned the house so good this week, or dinner was so good, and we just really have been appreciating your hard work, so now I'm going to give you a promotion because you've been working so hard. That's not how it works. It's not glamorous in that way. And some people honestly look at stay-at-home wives or moms, whatever it may be, and don't think very highly of it. And it doesn't matter what other people think, but I want to point it out that sometimes a life just doesn't seem glamorous because you're just cleaning and cooking, taking care of things at home, in your PJs all day. And yes, my husband does thank me for what I do. Oh, there's my dog. And all of that. But it's not like work where things can be more glamorous when you're getting more recognized for what you're doing, or you're climbing a ladder. You just don't do that working from home. She's sleeping in her bed. So cute. Oh, I gotta show you. She has a little bed over there that we put in here for her because she is our first baby. Okay, it can be lonely. That's my next point. Depending on if you're extrovert or introverted, this could be a pro or a con, but I am extroverted. I love people. I love being around people, and staying at home is me by myself with my dog, who I adore and love, but it's not the same as a person. And so it can be lonely. And I'm not going to go more in depth into that, but I will say that I'm a part of a group of stay-at-home wives. I think one is for moms too. But something I've seen over and over again is ladies feeling like they don't have purpose at home. Like they feel like, oh, all I do is cook and clean, and well, moms change diapers, and they feel like that's all they have to it. And so you can find a purpose in it, but I just want to throw that out there, that sometimes it can feel lonely, and sometimes you have to be careful. Ooh, sorry, I'm gonna blame that on the baby. To feel like you have no purpose because you're not working in a job somewhere else. And then lastly, I just want to say that it's not like a job where it's like 8 to 5. So it's not like you're getting up at 8 and at 5 you shut it off. After 5, you're not cooking dinner, you're not going to clean anything, you're not going to finish folding the laundry, you're not going to make that call for the errand that you were supposed to do during the day. I would say it's kind of hard because it just goes throughout the whole day. Like it doesn't really feel like it on and off like you would at work. Like you go and you come, like you wake up, you're a stay-at-home wife, you fall asleep, you're a stay-at-home wife. There's always more to be doing. My to-do list is endless. I could write out everything right now and cross it off today, which is impossible. But I could do it, and I could think of probably like 10 other things to do after I crossed off all those things. So you're just constantly going. And I said last thing, but actually I do want to add, there's a temptation to be lazy. Because if no one's at home watching you or like pushing you or checking in on you, then you could just be lazy. And God doesn't call us to be lazy. He calls us to be good stewards of what he's given us and to take care of things. And if this is the role that you're wanting to choose, then you need to be prepared to step up and do the non-glamorous things. Here's another point, at home. But you need to be prepared for temptation to do nothing all day except for like a few things. And then, yeah, just be lazy. So those are my cons. Cons went a lot longer than I thought they would, but the pros are pretty high. I would say there's probably not as many pros, but there are great things to being a stay-at-home wife. And so the first pro is that you get to choose your schedule. Now, I talked about how there's always lots of things to do. There's always something else. But you get to choose like how much or how little. So me being pregnant, there's been days I just have not felt it. Like have not felt motivated, have not felt like the energy, like none of it. And I've given myself grace and taken like half a day just like laying down all day, like doing nothing, or just like shortening my list. Okay, Chelsea, you're gonna get 3 things done today. You're gonna get something done for the house. You're gonna get something done for dinner. You're gonna do something for you, but do something, you know? And so you get to choose what your schedule is like, and that is huge. That is so huge. That's probably like the biggest blessing of staying at home, is that you just have the flexibility in your schedule. And there's no work stress. You don't have the stress of a boss or handling a company, or even if you're an entrepreneur, like, is that company going to survive? You don't have any of that stress. Like, your stress is just taking care of the stuff at home, which, like I said, the to-do list can be endless and that can be stressful, but you can figure out what you want that to look like. Okay, do I want to finish this in a week? In the next month? Are these my big goals? You can kind of choose how, I don't want to say how stressed or not stressed you are, but you're your own boss. You don't have the stress of work, and it's just nice. And what else is nice is that you can go volunteer places. You can be more active in your church, Bible studies, whatever it may be, or you can just meet people during the day. Like I said, I'm extroverted, so a con is that it can be lonely, but a pro is that I can go during the day and go meet whatever girl I want to, or, excuse me, I say volunteer. I have not really volunteered. I do volunteer for my church, but it's on Sundays. But I have a group of girls that I meet with every week, and that's later in the day because they have jobs. But I have met other ladies at my church during the day, and that's just been a big blessing. If you have people who don't work during the day, you can just work around them. You can work your schedule around anything because you make your schedule, which is so nice. And you can fill it with people. So if you are lonely, you can fill it doing other things that you enjoy. So yeah. And then this goes, all of the like cons, you can like add a pro to it and fix it, really, except for the money thing. You would have to work from home, which is possible. You can definitely work from home. But you get to steward what God has given you, and you get to do it well. And so sometimes it's hard if you have a full-time job, then to also feel like you can steward well everything at home, just keeping up the house or dinner, or in this, I'm not saying gender specific roles. They could be, whatever your roles may be. But there's just a stress of getting both. But if you're at home, you just get to take care of the house, or you get to take care of dinner, whatever it may be. Like, you can use that time and like thank the Lord for it, and then take care of what He's given you, which is hard not to be lazy, because my husband definitely still helps me with dishes and cooking when I don't feel like it because I didn't prepare well enough. So I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you definitely have more time to take care of the things at home, which is a blessing when you frame your mind that way. And you don't think of like, oh, I just clean the house all day. You just think of like, wow, I don't have to work because my husband's providing, and I get to be home and make it look nice. So when he comes home, he's not stressed from work and then stressed coming home to a dirty house. And that's a blessing when you look at it that way. And that's a way I've been retraining my brain, because I honestly don't love cleaning. I don't love cooking. So you're like, why would you want to be a stay-at-home wife? I like both. I will say right now, being part-time, working part-time, and staying at home. But I know that's all going to change with a kid. And so, but I don't have a kid right now, so that's why I'm speaking to that. Yeah, you can steward it well. And then you can have a hobby. You can do new things, try new things. If you are bored, if you get everything else done, like, look into something new. For me, it has been this YouTube for years, and I have not figured it out because, one, I have camera problems or computer problems or uploading problems every time. I don't even know if I've had one video that hasn't given me a problem that it's taken hours for me to try to fix. But here I am trying to work on this hobby because I just have a heart to connect with girls, to connect with women, and to encourage them in Christ and in the Lord. And if I can use my experience to uplift one lady, then that's what I want to do, and that's what this is for. And so I've just taken the pressure off of this. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to look perfect every time. I'm not going to speak perfect, and I'm definitely going to quit editing all my ums and thinking and all of that, because that editing stresses me out, even though it's what you're supposed to do, and I'm just letting it go, letting y'all see me for me. I'll work on trying to say less, but until I get there, you'll probably just hear a lot of me thinking, looking up, and all of those things. Wrapping up the video, those are my cons, those are my pros. I would never decide for you right now whether you should do it or not, but these are all things that you should think through before choosing to stay at home. And if you're lonely, you can get a dog. Look at her. Oh, you can't even see her. She's so cute. Jessie. She's a little bit camera shy. She also hasn't been feeling good. And so, yeah, let me know if there's any other videos y'all want, anything I can help with or talk more over. And I will chat with you next time.